All right, part 4 or 5. Who knows? More of me babbling about headphones and crap. Yeah, if I had $250, would I buy these again? I would have to say no. I would not. Um, Except these should probably be at the most $200. But I would say to be competitive and sell these things, um, I would say maybe 160 is what I would like comfortably pay for this. Um, so yeah, I think most people out there would be better off. And if you're like me, and if you like a nice maybe it's not nice, but if you like a sound that's deeper and richer, then I would say the Triton is what you want. The Tritons are definitely a little more like muffled, and um, you don't have a lot of like crisp highs. Um, I mean, I always thought that they did. I mean, the pros are way more crisper and have a wider frequency range than say the 720s. I mean, by far. So if if I compare the 720s to this Vibras set, I would probably just bust the 720s in a million pieces. Um, so yeah, I always thought that the pros were the cream of the crop, um, as far as everything goes. I mean, I didn't think they did anything like really bad, but after putting the Vibras set on, you immediately discover that the Tritons are lacking a ton of highs. I mean, a ton. The Vibras, like I said, it's a crisp, open sound. Um, so yeah, that's my opinion. And if anybody from Vibras or TrackScan is watching this, I would recommend doing something like Turtle Beach or Triton, and instead of feeding just lows to the subwoofer, I would recommend doing branching some of that bass off to all the speakers, um, and putting some bigger speakers in the rears. Um, these just don't cut it. I mean, it's got a cool sound. Like I said, it sounds like it's distant, and it's you know there's a lot of air between you and whatever's back there, which is it's just sounds different than the Tritons. The Tritons are whatever's behind you sounds like it was in front of you. Like if you shot something and exploded and you spun around, the pitch wouldn't change really. It does a teeny bit, but not like these. If you shoot something and it explodes, or if you have a constant sound source and you just like spin in a circle, this when the sound reaches your like the rear, it completely changes pitch. Um, like I said, all the bass goes away from it, and it sounds like airy and almost like out of phase. I mean, I guess that helps to determine where if somebody is actually behind you. And like the Triton set, you hear things behind you a little bit, and it's because the speakers are so close that you really have to you have to look. I mean, they could be in front of you and far away, or they could be behind you and real close. So it's kind of hard. I mean, you can't just rely completely on the sound with the Tritons. With these though, I think you probably could. You would definitely be able to determine if somebody was like directly behind you, or say like if you're on a ledge and you can't see like underneath you, and they're like just walking in front of you just a little bit. That might sound the same as somebody walking behind you 10 feet. So it's so I mean in that case I think these do a better job, but just because the frequency range in the rear and the front is just mediocre, and there's no bass going to it, that the sound is a little distracting. Um, it almost sounds like you're shooting like through glass, or you're shooting tin cans the whole time. You know, I, which, you know what, maybe that's what it's supposed to sound like. You know, I'm just used to hearing the Tritons, which is just real mean and bassy. So, you know, that's my opinion. I know they're kind of doing some tours and having some conventions and that. So if you can get your hands on a set and listen to them for yourself, I would recommend doing that. It's really hard for me to like say don't buy them because I'm there. You know, I'm sure there's going to be people out there that try them on and just fall in love with them. Um, but you know, for me, just they're just not for me. So yeah, that's my review. I know it's kind of all over the place, but yeah, hopefully you guys pick something up from all that. If you have any more questions, just let me know. I just kind of, I wasn't even going to do this today. I've been putting it off, and every day I just keep working on them and just toying with settings and hooking different things up. And I just said, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to get it over with. So that's what I've got. Yeah, hopefully it helps. If you guys have any questions, you know, I try to answer what I can. Or if you want me to do another, video response or review or whatever, just let me know. I'll do what I can. All right, guys.